Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today, well, we're going to go into a bunch of brand new drugstore stuff. I really couldn't help myself when I saw all this new makeup. When I was doing the video where I was replacing my makeup and took you guys on the various websites and I saw some of this stuff and I was like, I want to know. I mean, is it good? If you want to see what I thought, how it went on, all the stuff, all the things, then just keep watching. I'm excited to open this up and give it a try because I think that this is probably very close to Lancome's Prep and Matte. That's what I think is in this. Because I would know a little bit about that primer since it's one of my favorites. Yep, it's starting to get tacky. So it doesn't have a scent, or not one I can detect anyway. This feels very much like Lancome's Prep and Prime. And if you remember, I used to use that through the T-zone, and then I like to use the Prep and Hydrate on the outskirts of my face. I'll take it. Let's see if makeup goes over it the same, though. So for the foundation, I decided to try this. I haven't tried anything from NYX for a while, and I've got a couple things here from NYX. Let's see, did I get a good color? Hey, that makes the back of my hand look fabulous. Let's just wear makeup on the back of my hand from now on. You know what I do in the store? I will go and I will get some foundation, like when I go to Sephora, obviously not at the drugstore, and then I will put it right here in the web of my hand because I want to see how bad does that look when I wrinkle my hand up. Based on this, it might not be so bad. I don't know how people have been applying this, if it's best to do with a brush or a sponge, but let's start out over here with entirely too much. This word tint continues to throw me. A tint means to me like it's moisturizer with just a little something something in it, not a medium coverage foundation. So you really don't need as much as I'm using. The powder that I pulled out of the drawer to use, because I didn't see any new setting powders, is actually by NYX. I don't know that I really need a powder with this. But I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit. On this side, I'll do the sponge thing. I think that it initially going on anyway, looked like it did blur my pores. So far, I think it looks like a better version of my skin. I think I like sponge just based on how I'm, being able to spread it, but I think it probably looks the same. I just prefer the way it goes on with a sponge. The feel of this almost feels like it turned to powder, like I don't need to put a powder on. You know what NYX says about this is that it's a lightweight formula that delivers 12 hours of hydration. It doesn't feel hydrating to me at all. In fact, I would go so far as to say that if you have dry skin, you probably aren't going to like this at all. But if you have normal to oily skin, I think you will like it. But I don't feel hydrated by it at all. And as we move forward, pay attention to the wrinkles on my forehead. Now, you probably won't see this if you're on a phone, but if you have any deep wrinkles, you need to be careful. I didn't see this until I proofed the video on my TV in HD, and I say that because many times YouTube is trying to serve you up a lower DPI to save on bandwidth, but if you make it show you HD, then you can see if you have wrinkles for this to settle in, that it's going to do it fast. It happens in my forehead before I can ever even finish the look, but I didn't notice it at the time. Special care has to be taken with this and wrinkles. Start by not using as much as I did. We're going to go ahead, just in case you guys want to see what it looks like with the powder, but I'm not using a lot of powder. Then we have this, and look, I mean, it kind of looks like it's going to be way too light. I purchased this in Ivory, which is what I always purchase flour in, is Ivory. So it was between this and the In Real Life one from Makeup Revolution, and I chose this because I just don't have much luck with Makeup Revolution. And most of the time I like flour. I like that little brush. Is it cushy? It feels a little hard. This is very light. Look at that. But we're going to go ahead and use it anyway, even though it is light. And I'm just going to tip my head down here a little bit and go right so I can see Since it's light, let's take advantage of the light and come right in the, what is that there? My recess. All right, and we'll work it up. I probably could have benefited from a little more hydration underneath my eyes before putting that on, because it does feel a little dry. It didn't do too bad, I don't think. Hoping this is going to be a concealer that I don't have to really worry about powdering down, because it does feel like maybe I won't have to do that. Okay, it doesn't look like I got my nose covered very well, does it? Powdering might not have been a very good thing to do, considering, I forgot about this. So I decided I wanted to try the liquid version of their bronzer. Let's take a look at the potency of that. Oh, you don't need much, do you? No, you don't, but that looks pretty. This stuff here isn't as scented as their powder stuff. Let us apply it. It's a tiny bit too orange for me, but I can work with it. I would highly suggest you do that before you put on your powder. It's going to spread better if you do it underneath the powder instead of over it, but yeah, or at least according to me. When I was on the Wet n Wild website looking at their stuff, I noticed that they had this new stuff here. For the cart that I was building, it wasn't optimal because it's more expensive. This is the Wet n Wild limited edition. It's the Pampered line. Now, that costs a little bit more. Look how pretty that is, but, you know, we're going to give her a shot here. Whoa! Whoa, boy! I was not expecting that, because when I went like this, it didn't look like much was on the brush, but that's pigmented for sure. I do like this color though, but we're going to need to tone that down some. Okay, let's see if we can diffuse that a little. Oh boy. That's a pretty color though, right? I didn't get a setting spray, so we're just going to use the one that I have in my Wasted and Glitzy Fritzyville basket. I saw these and they looked interesting, and then when they got here, I mean, I was just looking and thinking, quads from LA Girl. These look interesting. So looking at them online, I didn't think that there was microscopic glitter things in it, but there might be. We're going to swatch them first. And then I got this free from e.l.f. in a purchase that I made recently when I purchased a couple of their eyeshadows. So I don't know, we might end up using this depending. Here are the swatches of those. You can probably see that it's loaded with it. And this is a greeny gold, which I didn't know. I thought it was just like a brown color online when I saw it. Let's see though, if I take something wet and wipe it off, how much of that glitter is going to remain. This isn't horrible when you wipe it off and you look at it under light and stuff, but I do have a lot of sparkles. So a lot of you are like me and you don't want to use these ones here on the ends that are so sparkly because of the fallout of glitter that will rain down on your face and get in your pores. And these are tiny ones, so they definitely will. And for me, it doesn't work out. I usually end up with like Mila or something going on with my complexion if I use those. We do have this. Let's see some of the shimmers in it and see, are we dealing with the same thing? Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, this has it too, so pick your poison, I guess. I think we're gonna go ahead and go for it just because these are new and this isn't, and this is supposed to be about new makeup. I guess we'll play with this one. I'm gonna grab me an E25 from the Glitzy Fritzy Essential Eye Set. I think we'll grab this little e.l.f. palette too because it's got a darker brown in it. This is kind of a mustardy brown, not what it looked like online. That's the bad part about using online pictures to buy makeup. You know, you really kind of need to see it in person. What I usually do is I go look at it in person and then I come back and use my links to purchase so that I earn commission on it. And you can do that too if you want. Thank you guys so much for all you do to support me. You know, every little bit helps, right? So that's what I usually do. But today, no. I actually purchased this all straight online and trusted the pictures. I'm using the lighter shade here to kind of lighten that up a little bit. Then I think I'm going to go in this little e.l.f. Good Vibes, the yellowy one, and get that dark brown. Pat it out here. This is warm, but I am a neutral undertone. Regardless of what this video seems to make you think, I am a neutral undertone, so I can pull off warm and cool, but I can never pull off yellow. I'm not good with yellows, so we're gonna put that up now. So let's wet it. All right, wetting it might keep it in place for a little bit longer. And I'll go for the lighter shade there. I'm going to take my setting spray. I'm going to spray the brush so that it goes on wet. And then hopefully that'll keep it from falling out on my face. And then we'll let Lancome deal with taking it off later. I mean, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I just absolutely love the look. I don't like dealing with the repercussions of the look as the problem. So we're going to stop there and move on. This is from NYX, and it is called a Smooth Whip. But let's try this and see. I like this applicator. It's creamy. It's moussey. Not bad. You know what I really like? Is this scent. I'm going to use a little tiny bit of this concealer here, right there, just to lighten it up a tiny bit. The last thing I have is mascara, and you know how much I love mascara. It has taken me quite a bit of discipline to not jump on this drama bandwagon over mascara gate. And here we go. And the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. But I'm only human, and I want to know. I know she lied. Allegedly. Okay? I do know that there are some of you here who really won't know what I'm talking about. But being a beauty YouTuber, there is just no way for me to avoid knowing this. And so in a nutshell, here's what happened. There's this popular TikToker named Michaela. She has millions of followers. At the end of January, she did a sponsored video on TikTok for L'Oreal promoting the mascara that I'm getting ready to use. She tells everybody, and I quote, that the mascara literally changed her life and that she looks like she's wearing false eyelashes. And also, she doesn't know how anybody is ever going to be able to compete with this mascara. No big deal, right? It's just an opinion. Except the problem is that allegedly, and let's make sure you heard me say that word allegedly, she's lash lighting everybody because she is actually wearing false eyelashes. So obviously this matter is important because it's just one more thing that makes viewers not trust people like me. And most of us here worked very hard for years to earn your trust. So what happened afterwards was everyone picked up and ran with it, buying this mascara, putting on the 2 coats to show that their lashes don't look like Michaela's that were allegedly false. And I don't know how her subscribers are ever going to trust her again, although they're young and they seem to be like praising her. Queen, queen, for telling us lies. But I love L'Oreal Telescopic, so I want to see what this little number is all about. I've reviewed a couple of mascaras like this. They don't have anything right here because you're supposed to lift it. Oh, we do have steps here. Lift and load your lashes using the front hook bristles, applying from root to tip. Use the side hook comb to separate your lashes and add volume or length. Do I need instructions for a mascara? I mean, really? I'm just going to do whatever the heck I want. No. Where's this front hook thing they're talking about? I don't see it. Oh, well, it does seem to, because it's L'Oreal. Did we even need to pay Michaela L'Oreal? Seriously? You went to a TikToker? See, when I go to TikTok, I'm going there to like laugh or watch cooking things. It never, ever, ever occurred to me to watch somebody on TikTok for beauty-related content. Never in a million years did I think about doing that. Because you know why? They use filters. It's on by default. So, okay, maybe I'm generalizing here and saying everybody, but come on. A lot of people, most people, they are doing it. I would much rather look like this too. And stuff over on TikTok. I mean, that's why I don't take Instagram seriously, is because of all of the filters. This is actually very beautiful. Why would you go to TikTok? Obviously, this is a rhetorical question. We know why they do it. It's just to promote your product, unless you want people to lie, use filters, and because really that's what's going on over there. It's like the wild, wild west. Or I should say, it's like stepping back. Go back to 2012 on YouTube. Back then there was cruddy cameras and they looked like they were filtered, and I forgot I was going to pay attention and do 2 coats so that you guys could see if it was, you know. I think I'll put a scarf in my hair today. Let me go do that, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. All right, come on, let's talk. You guys want to know, don't you? Other than just a couple of little complaints and a warning. I love this makeup today. Starting at the very beginning, it does grip your makeup with no shine. It seems to behave the same way my Lancome does. Hey, L'Oreal, are you going to bring out the Hydrate one now too? The next thing I did was put this on, and nothing could have shocked me more. I was prepared for a mess. Now, I did like using the sponge more with it, but I'm going to tell you, the next time I wear this, I won't do a powder. I won't use as much, and I will hydrate. But yes, I will wear this again because I think it looks blurred and pretty. I'm just going to do this with setting spray. My dry skin girls out there, sound off below whether or not you've tried this, and if you like it. Others may want to read about it, but I'm thinking you don't need a powder with this stuff. And I feel pretty confident saying the same thing about this flower concealer. I quite like it. I think it worked out pretty well with the color. I mean, I thought this was going to be way too light. I think it worked out pretty well with the color. It's a little drier than I like, so I think what I might do is, I mean, I'm going to continue to wear this. I like it, but it's a little dry. So I will make sure I'm good and hydrated underneath here before I put this on, but I won't set this either. There's just the tiniest bit under here that, first of all, is trapped in the wrinkle. So it's not really hurting anything, but I am content just to do this and tap that out if it needs it later in the day. I don't see any reason to powder that. Anyway, very pleased with both of these, and I want to continue to work with them. Then I did this, and I like it. I do. But I will not use it over the top of powder again. I put a bunch of it here. It is a little tiny bit warm for me, but it can blend out pretty sheer. And using that much, I do smell that smell, but it's not as scented as the powder version. But you see what I mean? I mean, it goes orange. I love this little blush. It is powerful. She definitely puts off some pigment. Use a really fluffy brush when you apply this, and I think that you'll be happy with the Pampered, and this is Self-Love Club. And way to go, Wet n Wild. I really like this blush. I'll talk about these in a favorites video. I use this dark brown here in today's look. I used it the other day in this look. But let's move on to the ones that I bought for this video, which are these LA Girl 4Play eyeshadows palettes. Now I've got glitter all down my cheeks, okay, from blinking, and it's just coming off. So no, I can't even recommend these to anybody who's like me and doesn't want those little sparkles going all over your face. How unfortunate, because I thought this was going to be so fun. NYX has knocked me right out of my socks, I'm not going to lie. It's got a nice stopper, doesn't pull off a ton of product. And let me tell you, if you don't like smell, you know, sweet smells in your lip products, you won't like this. Even though, of all of the lip products that I have that have this cakey kind of smell, this is legit the best one. It says lip cream on it, but it's what I call a liquid lip, and it will stay for hours, and I really like it. I can't lie. I want to go get some more. I want to get some different colors of this, even though I've got other lip things. I just really like this, and I love that smell. And now we have the Michaela mascara. I bet they're just having a fit in the boardroom Or are they? To them, that's not a big deal. They do it on television all the time. I'm sure this worked out sales-wise for them very well. But I think that this mascara is beautiful. But it does come with a warning. Here, if you go past 2 coats with this, your lashes are going to start sticking together, because I did this off camera. After I did my bandana, I came in here and I added more on top, and you don't want to do that. You want to really stop at 2. I'm getting a little flaky. Okay, I noticed that over here I have a little bit that's wanting to flake off, so maybe stop at 2. I don't know that this is any better than any other L'Oreal mascara that I love. I love the one that's got the bulbous and the wand crooks like this. Their double extend is fantastic. I like Telescopic, the regular one. I like it because it gives you really long eyelashes. This I do think has more volume and lift than the regular Telescopic. So there's that. But there's a lot of L'Oreal mascaras that will do the same thing without this funky wand, but I don't think that we can be mad at it. I think it does a really pretty lash for sure, and in a quick amount of time. But like I said, be careful. Don't go past 2 coats or it will start clumping together and then oddly flaking off. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried any of this stuff? Let me know below. I really want to know that. I hope you know you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And that if you're not having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Then you might like it with a mouse, in a house, in a car, with green eggs and ham. And she drops it 2 points in the trash. Could have made that basket if she had been trying. And the crowd goes wild. Also, what did you do that for? Really? I got poop on my nose. I'm gonna glab. I'm gonna glab that. Even if there's a cute little heart there. Okay? And it looks like it's promising to be mellow yellow. Yeah! They call it mellow yellow. Right? It is like a moose. Moose! No, that's how a cow goes. How does a moose go? I don't know. I can do a cow though. Moo! Shit, I have something in my eye. Those sparkles! Alright, my babies, let's talk about why I just called you my babies. This part of this video is sponsored by Diet Pepsi. No, it isn't. Pepsi! Look at me! Nyx has knocked me out of my socks, literally. Look. See? I don't have any pants on either. I have on shorts. It's hot in here.